Hello there, and welcome once again to the Mayor's Magazine. I'm Mick Cornett, the Mayor of Oklahoma City. Thank you for joining us on this program for August of 2017. Now, in this first segment, we're going to talk about an exciting music lineup that's coming to Oklahoma City, and it's going to be August 19th. And Rachel Taylor here, she's the Executive Director of the Western Avenue Business Owners. Is that
Western Avenue Association.
Western Avenue Association. So the Western Avenue Association really takes control of Western Avenue between what streets over there?
It's actually from Northwest 36th Street all the way to Wilshire Boulevard. And so we are partial bid district as well, which goes from Northwest 36th Street until Grand.
And you've got a big event coming up on the 19th.
We do. We have a big event. It is our third annual WestFest, which is a music festival that happens right on Western Avenue between 41st Street and 43rd. And we shut the street down and we put a big stage in the middle of the street and bring out food trucks and local musicians. And we also have a local vendor market. And it's just a really fun time from noon until 10 to come out and explore Western Avenue in a way that maybe you haven't before.
That's very exciting. So you have one indoor stage and one outdoor stage?
We do have an indoor stage as well. We're using the Will Rogers Theater, which is right there on Western Avenue, a very historical part of Western Avenue and Route 66. So we use the stage inside Will Rogers Theater for some of our acts. That's our secondary stage. And then our main stage is located physically on Western Avenue, just outside of VZD's.
There must be like, I don't know, 12 to 15 different bands.
I think we have 16 bands total,
that is amazing.
Including our headliners, yes.
And so how do you coordinate that? How do you know, okay, we want this type of music at this time and this type of music in here and give people options?
It's been a long process. Since this is the third year, we have kind of fine-tuned it at this point. Actually, most of the people that are on my committee have been on my committee for all 3 years. And they're all members of the local community and members of the local music community and everything. So it's kind of a collaborative effort. And we do recognize that there are neighborhoods around the district that we want to cater to. So we go for local bands that are popular, but also that are appealing to our demographic, which is somewhere, between the range of 25 to 55. So we're really kind of trying to appeal to everybody. And then we also do have a kids area as well. So that kind of brings in, the whole family. So.
Yeah. So tell me about the selection process, because I imagine a lot of people would like to be a part of this.
Yeah. Every year we put out a band application and ask people to apply. This year we did it through the OK Film and Music Office. So they actually took in all of our applications for us, sorted them for us, and gave them right back. And so we had, I believe, 141 bands apply. And then a committee of about 7 people came together. We divided it all up into, we each took about 10 bands apiece. And then we had to listen to them and kind of give them a ranking. I had everything from like a pop Christian star to like black death metal. So it was a really interesting day when I just went through and I listened to like all of my artists and I was just like, oh, not that one. Wait, yeah, that one's good. And so we just kind of listened to all of them and kind of rank them. And then we all get together at once and over pizza and beer, we just listen to our favorite ones. And we take into consideration their social media presence and how involved they are in the community and kind of what their popularity is and how they sound live, because that's very important. They can sound really great in a studio.
Okay, so if you're a band, how many followers would you need to impress you on Twitter?
On Twitter, I would say at least 500 to 1,000 would be good. Yeah. And when we're looking to see, are they active on Twitter, or mostly, Instagram and what their Facebook fans look like, because we want to know that they're actually going to support our festival and they're going to appreciate the support that we're going to give them through social media.
So they bring something to the event.
Exactly, yeah. And we do that with our food trucks as well.
Now, have some of these bands been back year after year?
Yes, actually, this year we are bringing back Kahlo, who they played last year, and they were so great. They rocked our faces off that we asked them to come back and be a co-headliner with Bo Jennings and the Tigers. So Bo Jennings and the Tigers go on at 9 o'clock on the main stage, and before them is Kahlo. And they are kind of a bluesy group with a female frontliner. So it's just a really, really great sound. And then I think we have Gum is coming back. They actually did year 1 with us. And then Kitty Williams is coming back from last year. So we tried to pick a lot of new ones, but we also just felt like there were some that were just, so great that we had to have them back.
So what does it cost to attend all this music?
It's a free festival.
No way.
Bring your money for then the vendors and the food trucks, of course. And of course to check out the restaurants in Western Avenue and all of the retail businesses that are in Western Avenue. This is really what this festival is about. We want people to come and check out Western Avenue as a district. We just had a huge streetscape project that completed last year. And we have new wide sidewalks, and we actually just got all of our lights up in the district, the street lamps and everything. So it's a really good walkable district. So we would like to kind of promote that as well.
So what's it like dealing with bands? I mean, I would think they'd be an interesting group of people to negotiate with.
Cross my fingers, because we haven't had any problems really up to this point. There's been a few over the years, but at this point, we haven't had, what is amazing to me is for the past 2 years, we have really short sets. The set times are 45 minutes, but they only have 15 minutes for the next one to start up. So we're on an hour by hour basis. And I have a great stage manager and a great committee, but we haven't had a problem with somebody being late or staying over or anything like that. And really, they've been fairly easy to work with, but we do have a really tight music committee. So they are making sure that, all of the paperwork and contracts we need are signed and done before anything is put down and all of this stuff. So yeah, it's a little factory.
All right. And you brought something?
I did. I brought you some swag to take home with you.
Yay.
We've got a nice little tote bag here. That's with
cool.
our logo on it.
WestFest.
Yes. I've got some koozies.
Nice.
They have Western Avenue on the back.
If only I had something to drink. Oh, here's something.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it fits nicely in here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
And then I got you a t-shirt. That is one of our WestFest t-shirts. So this is our brand, WestFest. We are very fun and kind of 80s and splashy.
That is
so
great.
That's kind of what we're going for.
These will be on sale on the 19th?
Those will be on sale on the
Okay.
19th. We have Oklahoma Shirt Company coming out to do some printing live. So, and I got you one for your wife as well.
Oh, how kind of you.
Yeah.
She will appreciate this.
So those are kind of fun. Those are the hot pink.
All right.
And then I got a couple pairs of sunglasses here for you. So
Well,
I'll let you choose whatever you want.
Unnecessary, but very much appreciated. So thank you very much.
Well, I want to see you there at the festival. So
Rachel Taylor is the executive director of the Western Avenue Association. WestFest returns for one more year, and 16 different bands and musical lineups will appear live on stage. It's all free. Bring the kids, a family-friendly atmosphere. And that Western Corridor is a wonderful part of Oklahoma City. If you haven't explored it recently, I urge you to come down and do that. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have more on the Mayor's Magazine after this.
Coach Switzer here to help you put the blitz on mosquito-borne diseases. This is something my family knows a lot about. My son Doug got West Nile virus, and it's not easy to beat. Here's my mosquito defense playbook. Drain standing water, protect your skin with DEET repellent, and wear long clothes when outside. Make sure your window screens are in good shape. Join the team. Report stagnant water to Oklahoma City and City County Health.
Did you know that the arts make a significant impact on education, the economy, and our quality of life in Oklahoma? Providing more than 10,000 jobs statewide, filtering more than $314 million into our economy? Yes, the arts create all kinds of beautiful things. And making Oklahoma an even better place to live is the most beautiful thing of all. It doesn't take a big donation to make big things happen. Support Allied Arts today. A little give is all it takes.
Welcome back to the Mayor's Magazine. In this next segment, we're going to learn about a new exhibition that's coming to the Oklahoma City Museum of Art downtown. Michael Anderson's our guest. Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I'm not sure I can pronounce your title. Director of Curatorial?
Curatorial Affairs.
So you're the curator.
Yep, that's
Okay.
right. That's right.
And so this is a very interesting exhibition you've gotten here. When you described it to me before we started this segment, I thought, wow, this is unique and different and something I definitely want to go over and take a look at.
It is. So we're the final venue for Kehinde Wiley in New Republic, which is a career survey of an artist who just turned 40 years old. So it's everything that he's pretty much done up till now. And we are the 7th and final stop on this exhibition. So this is the last chance to see it anywhere. And what's really unique about this is, for an artist of that age to have an exhibition that will travel to 7 major museums across the country is really unheard of. And so just in terms of what he does, Kehinde Wiley is basically a portrait painter, meaning he paints human subjects in a realistic style in enormous canvases.
Oh.
So, for instance, the largest canvas in this particular exhibition is over 15 feet long. So when we were considering this exhibition in the first place, the first thing we had to figure out is whether or not these paintings would actually fit into our building. And barely was the answer, but they did. So they're all here, accounted for, and on the walls of the museum.
Did you have to roll them up to bring them in?
So if there were anything, if the paintings were any larger, we would have had to do that. So we were just, but we actually had to take the frames off of a few of them and put the frames back on once they got to our venue, to the museum.
And how many examples of his work are you bringing in?
So there are 53, and it's a combination of paintings. Again, these are huge paintings, well over life size, but also sculpture. And more recently, he started working in stained glass. And so there are depictions of young African-American males in the place of religious subjects in stained glass on our third floor. And there's also, my favorite piece in the exhibition is a video named Smile, and it's 4 African-American males smiling as long as they can hold it. His idea was to have them hold the smile for an hour. That didn't work. That's impossible. So they hold their smiles as long as they can, and then another person takes their place. So he kind of does, everything. He's a kind of jack of all trades as an artist.
Interesting. And this exhibit starts when?
So it started at the end of June, and it runs through September 10th. So this is our big summer exhibition. At the museum, we find that our biggest crowds come in the summer. We're kind of a drive market museum here. We get a lot of people in from surrounding states when they're traveling through Oklahoma City or coming to Oklahoma City on a vacation. And so we do our big exhibition in the summer, and this is kind of our big blockbuster for 2017.
Right. And what demographics are drawn to this?
This one is kind of one of those that really will appeal to everybody, but especially to a lot of younger audiences. This is a contemporary art exhibition, an artist who's, again, living today, doing something really unique. So a lot of younger audiences. There's also, in this case, most of his subjects are African American. And he kind of started as an artist with this idea that he doesn't see himself in the museum. So a lot of his art is about putting African-American males and African-American subjects in general in these classic contexts and these classic paintings and kind of re-envisioning what the museum looks like at that kind of literal level. Yeah. And so I think it would also appeal to lots of a really diverse group of people. So it's an exhibition really for everybody.
I could sense that. In fact, if you have a child and, preteen, who doesn't seem interested in anything at the Museum of Art just because of the nature of an adolescent, I could see this appealing to them, and kind of as an introduction to a very high level of art.
It really does. It really does, because it kind of makes them rethink what art can be. You're not just looking at people that lived 200 years ago. These are people that they recognize in these paintings. That art can really be about people, people of their age, people like them. That it can be something different, and that you can really do anything with art. It doesn't have to be these kind of old, arid, paintings that you might associate with a museum. That it can be really fresh and modern.
Right. And I assume the general collection of the Museum of Art will be on display too?
It will be. So our second floor, we recently reinstalled our entire second floor. We have everything from the WPA collection. So the museum started as a WPA art center back in 1942. So we have all those works are on view this summer. On the third floor, we have our Chihuly exhibition, which is, of course, one of the standouts and kind of perpetual favorites of our museum. So everything's on view right now, and it's really a great time to come to the museum.
So if you have family and friends visiting this summer, gosh, you've got to get them over to the Museum of Art. A traveling exhibition that's only in a handful of cities around the country, as well as the Chihuly exhibit and the WPA exhibit. It seems to me like you've done a really good job of appealing to just about every demographic. I mean, I could see older people appealing to the WPA exhibit, and I could see younger people really enjoying the Kehinde Wiley art. And everybody's got to enjoy the Chihuly because it kind of crosses over all demographic groups.
That's right. I mean, that's really what we're going for, too. We want our museum to have something for everybody.
All right. So how do you describe where it is? I mean, I know where the Museum of Art is. It's across the street. So, but yes. How do you describe it to people who aren't familiar with downtown?
So we're kind of on I guess you could say, more of the western edge of downtown. We're by the public library, by City Hall. We're about 2 blocks north of Myriad Gardens, and if you can find Devon, we're about a block from Devon.
Okay, you're about a block north of Devon.
Block north of Devon.
And so if you see the Civic Center Music Hall,
that's right.
It's just a block away.
And a lot of people eat at our cafe before they go to the Civic Center, so they might know about it. They might know about us for that.
That's right. Great restaurant. All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Kehinde Wiley, A New Republic, organized by the Brooklyn Museum, will be in Oklahoma City into September.
That's correct, September 10th.
We'll have more on the Mayor's Magazine after this.
If one word could describe auto bill pay from Oklahoma City Utilities Customer Service Division, it would be Simplematic. Because auto bill pay makes it simple to schedule automatic payments for your utility bill. And that's simply Simplematic. Go to okc.gov and click Online Payments to schedule payments from your bank account. And boom, your bill gets paid automatically, on time, every time, month after month. You can review bills on your computer or smart device and set limits to avoid overdrafts. With auto bill pay, worrying about utility bills is a thing of the past. Visit okc.gov today and sign up for Auto Bill Pay, the Simplematic way to pay your utility bill.
I'm Lee Criswell with Street Maintenance. Help us while we repair your city streets. Please slow down and be alert in all work zones.
Welcome back to the Mayor's Magazine. In this segment, we're going to talk with Jacqueline Edwards and Alex Looper. They both work for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Such a wonderful organization. Jacqueline, give us a little bit of background on Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Well, Big Brothers Big Sisters was originally founded by a judge in the northeast part of the country back in the early 1900s. He was seeing the same families come through the court system, charged for the same crimes. So he thought, maybe we can stop this problem on the front end rather than the back end, and pair some of these delinquent children with caring mentors. So that's how Big Brothers started. And then in about 1950, they joined with Big Sisters and became Big Brothers Big Sisters.
That sounds like such a modern day story, but really that was 100 years ago. Huh?
And we've been here for a few decades in Oklahoma.
Yeah. So Alex, how many people How many young people benefit from the program today?
In Oklahoma, we have about 280 matches, and almost at all times we have about 100 that are on our wait list. And then in Oklahoma City, and then in Oklahoma, we have about 1,300 active matches.
Okay, wow. And so the supply and the demand, are there more boys than girls? How does that break down?
Definitely more males, and we are always in need of male Big Brothers.
Yeah.
And we are actually currently in need of Little Sisters.
All right.
Yeah.
And so if somebody's interested, what do they do?
Yeah, they would just go to bbbsok.org/volunteer, fill out a form. Somebody on our staff will contact them and get started with the process.
And how much time do they spend with the young person?
It's about a few hours a month. So it's anywhere from 1 hour per week, every week, or a couple times a month for a couple of hours. We have a great partnership with Oklahoma City Thunder. They give us donated tickets. So a lot of our bigs and littles go to Thunder games, and that's their match activity. It's what we call it for the month.
How exciting.
Yeah. And they will also be at the Art Museum that we just spoke about at that exhibit in August.
Again, very cool. And you guys have got a golf tournament coming up that you're asking people to participate in. Tell us about that.
Oh, wow.
Alex?
This is our inaugural golf tournament in Oklahoma City. It's the first time we've ever done one. So we're really excited. We have a presenting sponsor, Aetna, and we still have sponsorship opportunities available and team spots available. We are filling up quickly, so we're really excited. We have about 25 teams right now, and we have some amazing tournament chairs. There are golf experts that are helping us get going. So Jacqueline and I aren't pros about golf, but we know how to fundraise, so we're just teaming together, and we're really excited.
Yeah, I'm reading here off the card. August 21st is when it is at Twin Hills Golf and Country Club, one of the top golf courses in Oklahoma City area. And your tournament chairs are Ben Klaus and Jordan Cook. And people can go to the website, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and it's bbbsok.org, right? And sign up and be a part of this. And it's such a wonderful organization. Jacqueline, give us your best sales pitch. If somebody's walking and, you know, just from watching the show, you piqued their interest. Give us a close. Figure out a way to get this person to pick up the phone or go to their computer and sign up to help out this issue.
Well, you know, participating in our golf tournament, that's a day of fun at a premier golf course. And it gives back to the children of the community. So we have 100 at-risk youth that are waiting to be matched with a big brother, and participating in this golf tournament will help fund our organization and find more big brothers for these little brothers who have been on the wait list for years.
Yeah. And Alex, if someone just might want to sign up and be a big brother, or is it a big sister or a little sister? Okay.
We need little sisters.
Okay, so you're looking for girls who might be in need of a mentor. Okay, give us a pitch for those people that want to help out.
Well, as far as volunteering, I started off as a match specialist, so I got to see firsthand, you know, what happened to these kids when they were paired. And a lot, like the most common thing I heard was from the mentor that said they changed my life. And just some of them have been together for 10 years and they still communicate, and I've just seen it be successful, and it's really needed, especially here in our community.
All right, and I'm going to put in a pitch for the Putnam City School District, because Alex is a graduate of Putnam City North, and Jacqueline is a graduate of Putnam City West, and I'm a graduate of Putnam City, and so the superintendent and the staff over at near 39th and MacArthur have to be really happy right now that they've got 3 graduates promoting this worthwhile cause that is Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Oklahoma. So thank you all for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I hope everyone in Oklahoma City, takes heed to this message. There's a lot of young people out there that could use some mentoring, just a few hours a month, time very well spent, and you'll have a big impact on some young person's life. We'll have more on the Mayor's Magazine after this.
It's outdoor time in Oklahoma, and that means it's time to go out on adventures with family and friends. With dazzling Friday night sunset cruises or fun-themed Saturday cruises like luau, disco, and bluegrass, the only question is, which cruise will you choose? Oklahoma River Cruises has 4 convenient landings to cruise from Regatta Park, Exchange Landing, Meridian Landing, and Bricktown Landing, all along the beautiful Oklahoma River in Oklahoma City. There's cruises for everyone, from families, girls' night out, or history buffs. But the best way to find the river cruise for you is to come down and try it yourself. For more information, cruise schedules, and tickets, visit okrivercruises.com.
At Embark, we're not just stops on a map.
Between my job and taking classes, this route just works easier for me. Sometimes I even get all my homework finished up. The free Wi-Fi helps too.
Where public transit goes, community grows. Plan your journey at embarkok.com.
Welcome back to the Mayor's Magazine. In this final segment, we're going to take on a very serious issue that we hope does not develop into a major issue in Oklahoma County, but it always could, and so it's good to be protected and be well informed. So Phil Maytubby is here. He's the Director of Public Health Protection with the Oklahoma City County Board of Health. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
And you're an expert on mosquito-borne illnesses, and we've all seen, horrific pictures on the news about, what can happen when those types of issues get out of control, and we're always trying to figure out how to keep that from happening here in central Oklahoma. So tell us about what's coming up this season.
Sure. I'll just tell you, it's a nice team approach. Mm-hmm. We work with our municipalities. We work extensively with Oklahoma City personnel, not only through your stormwater quality, but your emergency management and also your communications folks. About the best thing that we can really do is get the information out so that people can prepare themselves. Mm-hmm. What we really want to do today is really stress the importance of people protecting themselves and doing things for themselves, like going around their own homes and looking for things that have collected water. I've seen a mosquito larva on probably 1 millimeter of water before, like on an old trash bag that was laying out. So it really doesn't take much, but trash, toys,
mm-hmm.
Anything.
Stagnant water that's in after a recent rain or whatever.
Correct.
Could be a birthplace of trouble.
Yes, sir. Any water that can stand right now over about a week mm-hmm. is going to have the potential to have mosquito larvae in it. So we want to make sure we get those dumped over or drained or or treated with a larvicide if that's what we need to do.
All right. And so when we're out and about, and obviously we don't want to get bitten by a mosquito.
Correct.
Yeah. So what should we do to protect ourselves in the wild?
Well, the number one thing is wear insect repellents. So the best one there, we always recommend DEET because it's got such a long track record and it's safe all the way down to babies even that are just 2 months old.
Mm-hmm.
There are others that are out there that are approved, but some of those have some issues where you can't give it to really young children. So
I see.
That's why if you hear us, we're going to talk about DEET.
Okay. And why do some people seem more susceptible to being bitten by a mosquito than other people?
Well, there's microflora on people's skin that puts off a specific odor that will attract mosquitoes. If you put off a lot of CO2, that's another thing that attracts mosquitoes. That's how we attract them. When we set out our traps, we put water and hay in those and let it kind of decompose. Yeah. And that's what attracts the females to come in there and try to land.
Are there leading indicators that would show us, hey, this is going to be a really tough year for mosquitoes? Are there things you look for as a professional?
There are many. There's many factors. One is the temperature, and the temperatures are starting to ramp up. Our mosquito populations they're fairly normal, but they're high. Mm-hmm. So the potential does exist. So the warmer, the more likely of a higher population of mosquitoes? Yes, sir. And then we do human surveillance, so we're always tracking through blood donation or through other people who may have possibly been exposed and went to their doctor.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like some parts of the country seem more susceptible to mosquito-borne illnesses.
Oh, they are. There are places in this country that if they didn't do mosquito control, you couldn't live there. There's just a lot of salt marsh mosquitoes, and there's a lot of mosquitoes out there that don't really carry disease. Unfortunately, most of the ones that we have do. So that's why we just treat them all the same.
Right.
Now, we don't test them all, but we if there's a mosquito there, don't let it land on you and bite you.
Is there a time of day when mosquitoes are more likely to bite somebody?
There used to be, and now it's kind of all day.
The mosquitoes used to nap and they quit?
We've had some mosquitoes move in. The typical time is from dusk until dawn, and those are the little brown Culex mosquitoes, and those are the ones that carry West Nile virus.
I see.
But with the introduction of the 80s, the black mosquitoes that bite you during the day, well, now you just kind of pretty much have to protect yourself all day.
Mm-hmm. How do mosquitoes survive an Oklahoma winter?
They go into what's called diapause, or they'll lay eggs and they'll overwinter. That's why they never really completely go away.
Mm-hmm. And are there some warm winters where very few are killed off?
I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
It's just hard to track those numbers because of the mosquito population dynamics and how it works.
What's the lifespan of a mosquito?
Oh, about 2 months.
I can't stump you on anything, Phil. You know way too much about mosquitoes. Okay, so 2 months is all a mosquito lives?
Mm-hmm.
And so from birth to death, their entire life cycle is over a 60-day period.
They are. Yeah. Unless they're going through diapause and overwintering somewhere, like they'll get some leaf litter or something, and they might make it and then lay eggs and die.
Okay, so I'm assuming some mosquitoes don't ever even get to lay eggs if their lifespan is that short.
Correct.
Yeah.
They may just hatch out and we get a freeze and they die.
Is there anything that science could suggest to get rid of the mosquito and the opportunity for these diseases?
Well, mosquitoes have been around way before man. They'll probably outlive us. But there's some good technology coming right now. There's some, you've probably heard of the genetically modified male mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
They are releasing some of those on a test basis. They have been doing it in Brazil, and they're even doing a trial right now in the Keys to try to see if what happens is the males go out, the females mate with them, and they're sterile.
Mm-hmm.
So then they lay no viable eggs, and then the mosquito population just plummets.
Yeah.
But it doesn't last long.
Yeah. And then there might be the unintended consequences. We don't really know what might happen next.
It's tough to jack with nature.
Yeah, that's right. All right, we'll leave it there. We'll close with that line. It's tough to jack with nature. From Phil Maytubby. He's the Director of Public Health Protection with the Oklahoma City County Health Department. I hope people realize in the Oklahoma City area just how fortunate we are to have professionals like Phil looking out for us and trying to figure out how we can keep those mosquito-borne illnesses away from our area. But his best advice, I think, was to spray with DEET and protect yourself, protect your children. and hopefully none of us will become a casualty to this ever-growing concern. Well, that's going to do it for this month's edition of the Mayor's Magazine. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next month with another program. I'll see you then.